We feel really heartbroken, but as someone who has lived in the West for almost 15 years and studied in their universities from undergraduate to PhD and studied international relations, studied European studies, it's really sad to see the whole international system that was supposed to be rules-based is now not being held, not being lived up to. Especially the Western authorities are not regarding the principles by which we thought they used to conduct business. And it's really striking to see that what's going on vis-a-vis the Ukraine war and what's going on in Palestine and how double standards are being applied here. It's tremendous because even we take the example of anti-terror operations conducted by Turkey. The Western countries placed embargoes when Turkey fought against terror groups in northern Syria and northern Iraq. And now they're doing nothing about what Israel is doing in Gaza and Palestine. And really, I think if the rules-based international system has collapsed already, which it looks like, then chaos awaits the world system. And I think our president, when he said the world is bigger than five, it's very relevant today. And unless something is done, unless the West sits down with a cool head and thinks about the future of this world order, we will enter a very chaotic era. The first step is a ceasefire, and the United Nations Security Council has to enforce ceasefire. Enforcing a ceasefire needs steps very similar to what they have done against Russia. So you will put limitations to Israel. You will put limitations to individuals and companies in Israel. You will hold accountable those people involved in these atrocities. And really, this has to be held to account as a genocide attempt by Israel. And what we are seeing is really what I would like to call Israeli Nazism. When you look at the definition of Nazism, there is nothing left that Israel has not done regarding that definition set. So unless the international system takes these measures, Israel will continue disobeying any international law. They will continue killing people. They will continue their genocidal track. Palestine issue has been close to the hearts of Turkish people for generations. It has not been a politically loaded issue. People from both right and left have been strong supporters of the Palestinian cause traditionally. And this is a land that our ancestors ruled for centuries, peacefully, by the way. And seeing that peace has been taken away, that religious freedoms, those religious freedoms are taken away, we should feel more responsibility now than ever to contribute to a lasting peace on our sacred lands, on our former ancestral lands. That is why I think it still is very relevant to Turkish people to stand close to Palestinian people. Boycott is important. Boycott works. It's like sports. Physical activity is good for health, and boycott is bad for bad people. So I think we should definitely continue it, and it takes patience. It's not going to give results tomorrow, but we have to stick by boycotting brands that support Israel or brands that have accepted investments from funds managed by pro-Israeli people who are threatening Harvard students who join peaceful events. So if those fund managers are able to threaten peaceful activists that are Harvard graduates, then we should be able to boycott brands that they invest in. First of January march is very important in that regard as well, because the support given to PKK is coming from the West, especially the United States, and support to Israel is coming from the West and especially from the United States. That is why when we are anti-terror, we also have to be anti-Israel and anti-Israeli Nazism. That is why these two matters cannot be seen separately. Obviously, what I tell youth when I meet with them is that we should not live only for our own beings. We should not live only for having welfare for our own. We should definitely make a point of spending our time and effort for other people, for causes that we are passionate about. If we are passionate about only our own welfare, then our humanity suffers. And in our efforts in education, we always want to contribute to educating awareness in youth, passion about matters, passion about people, passion about societies, passion about a wider angle than only their own society. And this would only contribute to a better world if people take measures and be active about issues that they are passionate about. This would definitely contribute to a better world.